Hello, Exeter, and today I have Julia Lanter.
Car, so doing that, and then after that I bent over.
Finally have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by. So you are now the assistant director of the library. So how long have you been in that position?
Well, I've been lucky enough to be at Exeter Public Library for 15 plus years.
All right.
And I've started out as the teen librarian, and then I moved into the assistant director role. So what's great is I've worked with people of all ages while working there, and I love children all the way up to seniors. We've got a great group of people who come in.
Awesome. And so have you always lived in Exeter, the Exeter area?
I grew up middle school, high school in the Seacoast area. I was born in Worcester, Massachusetts, and grew up for my elementary school years in upstate New York. So I've kind of lived a little bit of everywhere around the New England area.
Awesome. Okay. Started in Worcester, went to Exeter. Haven't looked back since.
Oh, well, I think once you come to the Seacoast area, I think you fall in love. And how can you not fall in love with Exeter?
Exactly.
I just love working here.
Yeah. All right. So of all positions, jobs, libraries, that's fill me in on that. I've never been able to ask someone, I've never had the time to sit down and say, please explain to me why you work at the library.
Well, you should talk to more librarians. We're a fun bunch. I started in library services because I just loved working with people. My first job that I had out of my college experience was with Strawberry Bank Museum. And I was a teacher there, so I taught about history, about local Portsmouth history. And one of the nice things about Strawberry Bank is they have a library. A lot of people don't know that. So I did a lot of research for children at the Strawberry Bank Library and got to know the librarian there. And she said, you seem like a very good fit for libraries. And that got me thinking that maybe I don't want to just keep myself to one small museum. Maybe I want to go and get out in there so I can be on a town level and help even more people learn not just about history, but about a lot of different things. And that led me to Portsmouth Public Library, my first library, and then to Exeter.
All right. That's actually kind of funny. I used to work at Portsmouth Public, and I used to go over and film some stuff every once in a while at Strawberry Bank. Yeah, like the basket weaving demonstrations or the wood carving. Or
I was one of the people who would be dressed up in a corset. I did, they called food pathways. So I taught people how to do 17th century cooking so I can hold my arm in a fire pit and tell you what temperature it is. A skill you really don't need in modern times. But I love Strawberry Bank for the foundation it gave me. I'm a very curious person. I love learning about all types of things. And I think that was a great job to start my kind of learning adventure.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, that could probably be a lot of fun.
Oh, it was very fun.
Nice. All right. So now that we know a little bit about why you became a librarian, out of all the other jobs, you could have had or fields you could have explored in, and Exeter still keeps calling back to you?
Very unique community. We have people who have such a wide range of knowledge. We've got UFO fanatics, we've got history buff, we've got people who come back because they have really wonderful memories of Phillips Exeter Academy, and they decide, hey, that's where I want to retire when I grow older. So it's this great kind of hodgepodge mix of all these wonderful obsessions. Right now at the library, gardening's huge, so we've got a lot of programming's coming up for library and how to dig in the soil, and also container gardening, that sort of thing. So what I like about Exeter is it keeps me on my toes. There's always a question every day that I've never been asked that makes me learn something new. And Exeter residents really come here. I get a sense, because I speak to a lot of first-time residents. A lot of people come to the library trying to check out the community, seeing if it's the right fit for them. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, what I get from them is they miss the small town feel. And Exeter has a small town feel with a big town knowledge set. I mean, you've got people who have lived all around the world and done all these wonderful jobs. And they come back to Exeter and share their experiences. And I think the community is stronger for it. So why Exeter? Why not? With all that wonderful things that I get to kind of sponge in and learn being a librarian at the library.
Yeah. And funny to say things at the library. So I've never imagined a library to be a place where you can go get a hands-on experience with gardening, mm-hmm. Or you're gonna be seeing talks about something like the police talking about fraud scams. Mm-hmm. Yep. Somebody comes in and talks about the Salem witch trials. Now gardening's a big thing. I never really envisioned things like that. I've always pictured libraries to kind of be a place where there's books with, like any kind of book you can think of. And there's people that know a lot about those books. So is this like newer stuff, or is this stuff that has always been there with the library, having these kinds of events and public things?
Well, I think we need to think of libraries as living organisms, because they're based on what the community needs. So just like anything, you keep what's good and you get rid of what's bad. Things that libraries have always done is they respond to what the community needs in terms of research skills, in terms of learning how to survive in the current economy. Right now, you mentioned our fraud alert. That's huge right now, especially because the tax season was going strong last month, so people were getting a lot of crank calls. So we responded to that community need to help people kind of figure out what's the safe call and what's the safe email to respond to and what needs to go directly into the delete file. I think that people have a misconception that libraries are places that are quiet, where we store books. And librarians are these gatekeepers. We're there to make sure, keep the riffraff out. And what's sad is it's absolutely the opposite. Libraries are for everyone. And libraries want to invite people to come and visit, explore, bring your children, bring your family. We are spaces where you can create. We have art programs. We have music. Today at the library, we have a folk guitar concert with guitars and mandolins and all sorts of string instruments coming in. We're not a static place. We're always growing and adapting to what the community wants. And each library is different. What I did for my earlier library in Portsmouth, I might not do in Exeter, because the community has different things they're interested in. For example, I don't think Portsmouth really does UFO programs, but boy, are we going to have quite a couple at our library, because we know that's what the community is fascinated about. I'm fascinated about it myself.
Yeah, and there was a very famous incident that happened here at Exeter.
Exactly. I believe that's exactly a book title, The Incident at Exeter.
Yep. One of John Fuller's many books.
Yes, but you're right. We do have books at the library, but we have so much more. We have programs. We also just have what they call a third space. You have your work and your school, and you have your home, and the library is that third space that you go to spend your pleasure time. And what a lovely thing that it's a free space. Anyone can come, anyone can learn, and anyone can do anything at the library. It's open to everyone.
Yeah. So it sounds like a lovely list of reasons as to why you still continue to do this job.
It's a passion. I do love it.
Yeah. Sounds, yeah, like I can see why.
Well, that's one thing I wish that if I could have one wish for the community of Exeter, I wish everyone would stop by the new library. Because I think they'll be so surprised, not just about how beautiful the new space is, but also about how many wonderful things they can do. It's coming on summer, we have a projector you can check out. Do you want to have outdoor movies at your house? We've got that for you. We have this wonderful new video game library. You can get the newest PlayStation. We have PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switches. You can check them out and try them. And I hope that not just kids and teens do, but adults and seniors. Why should all the kids have all the technological fun? We have classes that you can take with our tech person, Beth, so you can learn about all these newfangled apps that you hear about on your phone. It's always changing, always growing, and always something to surprise you. So I really hope that this summer we see a lot of people come through the building.
All right, that is exciting. All right, Julia, thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
And are there any last words you'd like to share?
Well, let's see, last words.
It can be fun facts, too.
Fun facts. You asked me for a fun fact, and I did provide. I'm going to reach down and grab my cell phone. I have a to-the-minute calculator that is on our catalog, which you can visit at exeterpl.org. And right now it has this library calculator telling you to the day, so the last 365 days, Exeter taxpayers have saved $2,105,879.32 by using the library. So I guess I would say is if you like money and you like saving things, come visit the library. We'll make sure that we give you a fun time and save you a few bucks.
All right. Thank you again, Julia.
Thanks for having me.
And you heard it, Exeter. If you are interested in being in the spotlight or recommending someone, you can contact us at extvg@exeternh.gov. Thank you and have a great day.